People always talk about James Harden when it comes to playoff choking, but I think I found someone even worse. And the crazy part is, it actually might be Russell Westbrook. He's a one-time MVP, one of the most athletic point guards ever, and he made multiple deep runs in the playoffs. But despite all that talent, Westbrook has had some brutal playoff moments, and honestly, I think he's a bigger choker than James Harden. And he probably changed NBA history for the worse. You don't believe me with all this? Let's go all the way back to 2011 against the Dallas Mavericks team that just beat the defending champion Lakers. Russell Westbrook struggled badly in this series, with his efficiency and decision making being terrible, especially in Game 1. He shot 3 for 15 and looked completely out of control, and the whole series was rough. Bad shots, turnovers, and terrible legging. This causes the Oklahoma City Thunder to lose to the eventual champions Dallas Mavericks. But then came 2012. They actually made the NBA Finals against the Miami Heat. Big 3 versus Big 3. You have LeBron James, D Wade, and Chris Bosh versus KD, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook. This was supposed to be Westbrook's time to thrive, to dominate. All the attention was being given to James Harden and Kevin Durant. What did Russell Westbrook do? He played terrible. This is the big example critics bring up against him. While Kevin Durant and James Harden played efficient, Westbrook kept forcing dumb shots, dumb turnovers. He played terrible, especially in Game 5. He shot 4 for 20, and the Thunder ended up losing the NBA Finals because of him. To add insult to the wound, then the very next season, the Thunder end up trading James Harden to the Rockets, taking away one of the biggest offensive threats for the Thunder. But don't worry, the Thunder have another chance in 2014 against the San Antonio Spurs. Westbrook played terrible this series. He played terrible, even worse than the 2012 finals. He had terrible turnovers, a lot of turnovers. He struggled defensively. The Thunder were absolutely exploiting him, and especially in the clutch, Westbrook played terrible. He just disappeared completely and when the lights were brightest. And since the Spurs are veterans, they end up dominating the Thunder. And guess what? They end up winning the NBA championship, which is just crazy. Every team that beats the Thunder end up winning the championship. But now to the 2016 season. This was the year that the Thunder actually have a chance. It looks like they finally get it. They're up 3-1 against the 73-9 Golden State Warriors team, one of the greatest teams of all time. It looked like Westbrook and KD were actually finally going back to the finals. They will finally get their revenge on LeBron James. But once the pressure got high, everything fell apart for Westbrook. He had terrible turnovers and late games in Game 6 and Game 7, terrible shot selection, and some of the worst decision making of all time, and even in his career. Yes, Kevin Durant struggled too, but if either one of them showed up, or at least stepped up, the Thunder would easily win that series. Maybe Kevin Durant never joins the Warriors, and maybe the Thunder win championships. But again, I guess we'll never know, because Russell Westbrook and just Kevin Durant played terrible that series. But then came 2017. Kevin Durant left. Westbrook was all by himself. He owned his own team. And guess what he did? He actually dominated, keyword, in the regular season. He had multiple triple doubles. He was dominating. And he was awarded Most Valuable Player, MVP. He was dominating. But in the playoffs against another choker, James Harden, the Rockets end up dominating them. The stats look better than an actual impact. Westbrook's efficiency was poor. He played terrible that series. And the Thunder ended up losing 4-1. But in the offseason in 2018, the Thunder added Paul George, or as fans call him, or I like to call him, Player of B. People thought Russell Westbrook or the Thunder would make a deep playoff run, but instead they lost to a young, unexperienced Utah Jazz in the first round, with Westbrook struggling again and getting outplayed by a rookie, Donovan Mitchell. And somehow it gets even worse. This is the Thunder's last chance. If the Thunder lose, they're probably going to rebuild and restart. This is Westbrook's last chance to bring a championship to the Thunder. Instead, he played again terrible. He played garbage, and against the Blazers, he didn't play. He didn't play good. He just played how he normally plays in the playoffs. Terrible. And then Damian Lillard hit one of the coolest series-ending shots ever, right on Paul George, making Paul George for years calling it a bad shot. Then end up after grieving, he ends up saying it's a good shot. Anyways, basically ending the Thunder's era and making everything rebuild. Westbrook got traded to the Rockets, and the Rockets end up having James Harden and Westbrook on the same team, which is a recipe for the disaster, especially in the playoffs, which is just crazy. Anyways, let's look back real quick. Unlike Harden, Westbrook had real help. He actually had good players and a good system around him. It's just he didn't capitalize at all. He had Kevin Durant and Paul George, yet he kept falling short in the biggest moments. And some people even believed even with all the playoff struggles, this pushed Kevin Durant to leave for the Golden State Warriors and help create the Warriors dynasty. But anyways, after what I just said, the Rockets end up teaming up Westbrook and Harden, which is again really stupid. But in a weird season, the 2020 season, the bubble, and with two players known to collapse in the playoffs, obviously what happens. Westbrook played terrible, Harden played terrible, and the Lakers absolutely dominated them. And guess what? The Lakers end up winning a championship. This is just terrible. But the Rockets end up blowing it all up, and they traded him to the Wizards, which is terrible. And he averaged a triple-double in the playoffs, but he struggled terribly against the Sixers, and they just end up winning that series. But finally, he has his chance. They end up trading him to the Lakers, which I don't know what the Lakers' brain were. I don't know if they were right in the right mental mind space, but why would you trade for Westbrook after he's shown to collapse? But Westbrook has a chance. He's playing alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. What did he do? He made them miss the playoffs. Yeah, he made LeBron and AD miss the playoffs. And now, he ended up messing up the Lakers roster. And he ended up with all that cap, and it was just terrible. And they ended up trading Westbrook after one season. It was a disaster. Now, yes, Harden has choked multiple times too. He's been given multiple opportunities to shine, but he didn't. Nobody's denying that. But also, Harden did have some legendary moments, let's not cap here, especially against the Warriors versus Rockets series in 2018. He pushed that Rockets team Warriors team, to 7 games. Nobody in that whole NBA were doing that. The Rockets were pushing them. If it wasn't for Chris Paul getting injured, I truly believe the Rockets probably would have beat the Warriors. But that ended up not happening. But again, it wasn't really James Harden's fault. Unlike Westbrook, he choked multiple times and he was given so many opportunities. So many people believed in him. They ended up trading him to the Lakers. He ended up trading him to the Thunder. He ended up trading him to so many other teams. Think about it. He had Kevin Durant, Paul George, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. James Harden too. All as his teammates at one point of time. And he has 0 championships to show for it. Because he never could change his game. And when the lights got brightest, he played terrible. This is why I think Westbrook is a worse player in the playoffs, unlike James Harden. Yes, James Harden has terrible moments, but again, Westbrook has terrible. He not only chokes, he messes up your whole roster. Look at the Thunder. He messed up the whole NBA. Like literally, if he showed up during the 2011 through 2014 or through 2016, he should have won series in one of those series I just talked about. The Thunder, Kevin Durant probably never leaves the Warriors. He's gonna stay with the Warriors and stay with his brother Russell Westbrook. Kevin Durant's perception, like literally his whole perception would have probably never been as bad as it is right now. He wouldn't be pitted as the villain. He'd be probably pitted as the hero. And Westbrook gets his championship. He becomes a top 5 point guard, and he becomes one of the greatest point guards of all time. But instead, that never happened. He just played terrible. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for watching all this video. Hit that like button and subscribe. You better hit that like button or else I'm coming and eating your toes. See you on the next one. Peace.